How computers help collect data. Ways that computers collect data includes polls and surveys, cell phone information. As you know, cell phones keep track of which apps you use and how often you use them, and they also keep track of all the different locations that we visit, among other things. Credit and debit card transactions. Computers can use credit card and debit card transactions to see where we do most of our transactions and how much we're spending at these places. And also websites. Computers track which websites we visit the most often, what we do and what we click on when we get there, and how much time we spend on that site, among many other things. Once the data gets collected, it gets sanitized and then sent to a database for storage. Now, what do I mean by sanitize? Sanitize simply means throwing out the data that doesn't follow formatting rules. For example, suppose we asked the users to enter their birth month, but they answered 15. Obviously, that number is meaningless. We can't do anything with that. So that piece of data would get thrown out. Likewise, if we asked the user for their birth year, and instead of 4 digits, they answered 4 percentage signs, once again, we can't do anything with that. We would throw that out. Computers are a big help during this step because, as you know, computers process data much faster than ordinary humans do. To illustrate further how computers help us with data collection, let's compare some of the ways that we, us humans, collect data in comparison to how computers do it. For example, suppose we wanted to conduct a survey. In the absence of a computer, we would just probably have our users write their responses on a sheet of paper. Whereas with a computer, we would have them enter it on a spreadsheet. Which approach would you rather do? Which approach do you think would be faster? Obviously, entering them on a spreadsheet. Now, suppose I wanted to conduct a survey to determine the most common hair color at Cy Falls. Which approach would you rather take to collect everyone's hair information? Would you rather have each person turn in a selfie to you for you to then go through and then enter everyone's hair information yourself? Or would you rather have everyone fill out a Google survey with predefined choices such as black, blonde, brunette, etc., etc.? Obviously, you'd rather have everyone fill out a Google survey for obvious reasons. One, because obviously computers can process the information much faster than we can, but also by having predefined choices, it also makes the sanitization process easier because you don't have to worry about users entering in random crazy values for their responses. So, in summary, computers offer many tools that make collecting and sanitizing data significantly easier. This directly enables us to collect tons more data than we otherwise would be able to. This does, however, come with one drawback, and the drawback is that we now have to store those tons of data. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a good problem to have, but nevertheless, it is a problem that needs to be addressed. Because when you have to store tons of data, that creates a data management issue. Or, in other words, a need for a way to efficiently store and retrieve that data. To illustrate this point with an analogy, suppose you only receive 2 pieces of homework per week. Well, in that case, it probably won't matter that you toss your homework on your bed whenever you receive it, because when the time comes that you need to locate one of them, you won't have any trouble finding it. However, if you're receiving 100 pieces of homework each week and you're tossing all of it inside your bed, well, that's going to become a huge problem for you when the time comes that you need to locate a specific piece of homework because you won't know where to start. Thus, the more homework you're receiving each week, the more necessary it'll become for you to organize your homework so that you're able to find what you need quickly and efficiently. Same with data. Since we're storing tons more data, we're going to need an efficient way to store and retrieve data when we need it. Hence, the creation of database programming languages like SQL and MySQL that enable us to do that.